Go7, 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 Go7. Go7, king of the game. I believe in you, that's what he'll say. Nice and kind, leading cobalt ice. He's a blue, cute, and deadly little guy. Seeing through the fog, old gods he's slayed. Go7, 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 Go7. Go7, king of the game. I believe in you, that's what he'll say. Nice and kind, leading cobalt ice. He's a blue, cute, and deadly little guy. Seeing through the fog, old gods he's slayed. Go7, 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 Go7. Go7, king of the game. I believe in you, that's what he'll say. Nice and kind, leading cobalt ice. He's a blue, cute, and deadly little guy. Seeing through the fog, old gods he's slayed. Go7, 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 Go7. Go7, king of the game. I believe in you, that's what he'll say. Nice and kind, leading cobalt ice. He's a blue, cute, and deadly little guy. Seeing through the fog, old gods he's slayed. Go7, 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 Go7. Go7, king of the game. I believe in you, that's what he'll say. Nice and kind, leading cobalt ice. He's a blue, cute, and deadly little guy. Seeing through the fog, old gods he's slayed. Go7, 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 Go7.
Hello, hello. The gift subs are working. Oh my gosh, or gift memberships. Oh no, ManaNek. Sorry for the coughing. I'm recovering from the flu. Such is life. I don't think we're covering your game this time, ManaNek. I did get it in the queue though. I think it's a little ways down there though. Yeah. If I review your match, then I'm really going through these games. It would be a shock. I'll start. I'll try. Let's see. First one looks like it's MechDonalds versus Dhoulmagus. Ardennes. You're duking it out with mana. Oh my gosh. A battle for the ages. Oh, I know this map. As you would expect. Alright, Mech. You get to be cold ice. Good old yellow comet. Move this over like so. Alright. See you later, ManaNek. I'm sorry you can't see it. Watch it. But that's okay. I'll give it a little bit of time. for people to meander in, maybe like a minute, and then I'll hop on into this. Classic Drake versus Olaf. I mean, I think Olaf is just strictly better in Drake versus Olaf because Drake has a downside. I mean, I guess Drake has the better normal power, kind of. But oftentimes it's like a game of chicken, right? Because whoever uses the power first has their weather canceled out by the other player. Oh! Sulfurent has struck. Oh my gosh. I know Dracopters are way too weak now. So many memberships. I'm gonna have to see how many emotes I can add now. And actually get them added. Oh, this game might have been before the nerf. That's true. I think even with the nerf, or before the nerf, it's still Olaf favored. Completely dropped him. I mean, it was a pretty bad nerf. Making those copters 70% firepower, right? I mean, that is pretty big. Because I feel like an 8 health copter's still a pretty decent threat, but 7 health, I feel like it does miss on a lot of breakpoints. Can 2 Drake copters even... They must be able to one-shot. They're like 2-shot though, right? Let me check. Oh, I haven't been on Advanced Wars. It's so long. Okay. Drake copter. It does, okay. They still barely 2-shot. Barely 2-shot an opposing copter. The prize will be paid. Sulfurent really wanted to get that. Did you send 50? I don't know if 50 got collected there. I think you keep breaking the system. Okay. Here we go. We've got Drake versus Olaf. Classic-ish. If you don't know, Olaf treats the rain like snow, and Drake, of course, treats the snow like snow because it's snow. And when one of them uses their super, it makes that weather happen, which cancels out whatever the weather was before. So if Drake goes, does the super first, makes it rain, then Olaf starts the turn, just hits his super, and then suddenly it's snowing, and Olaf never has to actually deal with the rain. And vice versa. If Olaf started first with the snow, then Drake can cancel that with his rain, and it really hurts their powers quite a bit against each other. I mean, the 2 damage to everything still happens, but only one of the 2 players will ever actually have to deal with the weather of the opposing player. Now, their normal powers are quite different here, both in the charges. Olaf only needs 3 bars to get to his normal power, and it does make it snow, so he can use his normal power to cancel out the weather that Drake's super makes. However, Drake's normal power actually does damage. It does 1 damage to all the opposing units, so there's a little more functionality in that. Oh my gosh, it just has a spiel for me. Here we go. I haven't done one of these in forever. Hey everybody, Go7, King of the Penguins here, back for more high-level Advanced Wars by Web streams. Waddle on over, grab a nice anchovy snack and something cool to drink, and enjoy my company for a classy evening of learning. There you go. Anchovies. Keen Fox, you can swap out the game, yeah. So we'll see how this goes. And of course, as I was talking about before, before starting the game, Drake also, excuse me, Drake also has a downside in that his air units do less damage, and Olaf does not have any downside like that. So when it comes to just straight up units, Olaf does have the advantage there. And as I was talking about with this like charge difference, where Olaf has these 3 bars for the normal power, and then he's got 4 into the super. Drake has the opposite with 4 into the normal and 3 into super. It's very advantageous for Olaf, because if for some reason you do go into a normal powers game, Olaf can bank up multiple normal powers to be used back to back, and Drake really can't do that because, well, for one, the super section is smaller than the normal power section, so if you use the normal power, you definitely won't have enough charge on the next turn to use it again, unless you're like suffering a lot of losses in the combat. And also, whenever you use a power, the price of the next power goes up by 20%. So Drake has a really hard time there. But luckily, when you have this 3 bar split into the 4 bar, if you're fully charged, you will perfectly, well, not perfectly, you'll have a little bit extra, but you can do 2 powers back to back without having to gain any charge at all, because 20% more of this 3 is still under the 4 that would be stored up in that super section. It's very good. It's something that you see more commonly with Adder, but I personally have been known in High Fun's Fog to have using the Olaf normal power kind of on repeat rather than using the super when fighting against Hawke, and you get to really get the benefit of having that extra bank. Over here we do have our first strike. Tank recon combined together, recon spotting, tank coming in and hitting. There's nothing covering over here for Dhoulmagus, so this is going to be a perfectly free hit and interrupt. It was a little bit aggressive with these captures over here. We'll see how that pays out. So this one gets interrupted and this one doesn't, but because these are so aggressive and far forward, and they don't have any defending units behind them, it won't I imagine it's not actually going to matter that this one completed, because MechDonalds can just kill off this infantry and then take the city. So this one got interrupted, this one didn't, but it's quite possible that they're going to both go over the MechDonalds anyway, so it's not a huge deal whether or not they do flip. I think this one is probably easier for Dhoulmagus to hold than this one, so it would have been more advantageous for this one to be the one that actually got through instead of this one, but we'll see how it goes. At present, MechDonalds has all of their vehicle buys on one side, so they should win every single engagement, or at least come out even at every single engagement on this side, because their opponent can't have a larger investment unless the opponent didn't build a transport copter like MechDonalds did, in which case there could be another like 5k in the fight. So we do lose 1 infantry. This one gets interrupted. There's no one able to start capturing the city yet. So we'll see how it goes. This is definitely the target. And then the other front is so peaceful. Okay. Tanks just barely sitting out of vision. This artillery, when it gets into these woods, can be quite the menace. Especially if you start going into like these tank battles. Oh, there we go. Well, okay, we'll see how this plays out. There is only one base currently supplying the defenders over here. There's an airport that's kind of set up to assist as well, but because McDonald's is Drake, it's not as much of a support as you would normally get. Well, for rent, is it not working again? Or did I just run a... I have a fair few... I have more than 50 subscribers. But I guess maybe there's not very many people that actually hit the accept gifts option. Okay, so this city is not being captured. So this was working out well for Dhoulmagus. McDonald's isn't going for a big push over here. I thought that might be the case with the artillery backup, but it looks like we're just going to enter into a denial phase. In which case, it's very nice for Dhoulmagus to actually get this city. Looks like McDonald's is also going to get the city. And they're going to be both fighting over contesting this one. Very aggressive to go in with this infantry swing from McDonald's. Because there hasn't really been... Maybe there's not one tank over here. I would have anticipated that there's probably some forces over here for the Yellow Comet, so I wouldn't want to be fighting. At least until, like, the vehicles catch up. I guess one tank is covering and the other one isn't. Okay. Our recon... chilling on the city. It is our only recon here, so if it goes down, it will be quite the hit for the vision. The only thing that could really attack it are tanks, but the artillery will get some nice cost-effective strikes. Pop. There we go. Oof, oof. That's really annoying. So, the recon's gone, this infantry's gone, so the scouting potential over here just went way down. Probably this tank is going to have to be utilized to grant vision, which it doesn't really want to do. Okay, so this does leave the city over here. It leaves the city open for McDonald's to strike from city against tank on road, so that's really nice. Just a 5 health infantry is not enough to really stand there to block it. The city is getting contested. You get the spot with the tank, the strike with the tank, infantries go in for the supporting fire. Pretty nice. And this one is occupying one of the tiles that could be used to hit this tank. This one's kind of blocking if a wraparound happens. I don't think that would happen, but, you know, it's still happening. Strike, strike. Okay, things are looking pretty nice over here. Over here, for McDonald's on the right. On the left, this is a pretty menacing push from Dhoulmagus. We'll see if the artillery manages to kind of hold the ground. Okay, we didn't use the tank for scouting. Just send the infantry in. Tank finishes off that tank. And this one just comes over to help guard the artillery. Infantry with the interrupt. This is where anti-airs can get really awkward. Yeah, it doesn't have... It can go in and beat up on infantry, and arguably it should have come in over here and beat up on this infantry, just one-shot it while being within the artillery range. But, yeah. In this case, there wasn't a copter around, so the anti-air is kind of overkill against anything. It doesn't want to just get taken out by tanks while not being guarded. So this fight will go very well for McDonald's, assuming that all of the fighting happens within the artillery's range, and the artillery never gets got. A little unfortunate for Dhoulmagus here to have this tank strike from this side. If it strikes from the other side over here, I mean, it's still an artillery. It's not great, but at least then this the reinforcing unit can't strike. As you can see here, there's only these tiles that the reinforcing unit could be, and they would all can reach this spot to then strike a unit. So you want the tank to attack over here, so you're just out of the reinforcement range. It's not a huge deal because the reinforcing unit can also like go over here and fight all these infantry. But in this case, it gets to go smack a tank. It looks like the city is probably going to fall unless they send this tank over to interrupt it, which they might do. That's looking more like just a trade for city. Okay, so anti-air is going to take out an infantry, artillery fires on the tank, and then double. Oh! Here, I think I would go tank strike. I don't really care about a 2 health tank. But it's not like the worst thing. I mean, the only difference is they're left with a 4 health tank instead of a 2 health tank. I mean, personally, I prefer them having a 2 health tank, but that's okay. Ooh, okay, we did send our tank in to hit the anti-air. I'm a little surprised that I don't think I would have gone for this attack, honestly. For one, you're Drake, so taking down the opposing anti-air is not that big of a deal. And if you look at this attack, you knock it down to 5, it's going to repair up to 7, and then you're sitting next to a city, and they get to strike at you from there and probably get the kill off your tank. Although you do have the mech of support, so maybe with that mech support, you start feeling a little bit more comfortable. Personally, when I play Drake, I also like utilizing transport copters because they're not any weaker due to his drawback than other transport copters. So, McDonald's, I appreciate it. I'm so sorry, Rizzo. I'm recovering from the flu. I'll try and mute the microphone every time I cough, but sometimes it sneaks up on me. Oh my gosh, the transport copter lived! Oh, no, there it goes. Well, I'm sure the mech is going to get revenge over here. We're getting really close to these supers, so we'll see if someone just kind of pulls the trigger. Okay, there goes that anti-air. We get our mech strike. I mean, it's up to you. I prefer... I guess this is fine. I prefer striking with the tank first and having the mech follow up, just because tanks are a little more durable than the mechs. But mechs are also cheaper, so having them suck up the hit isn't bad. Aren't we all dying? Okay, a little fall back over here. We have a nice artillery backup for Dhoulmagus. Things are looking nice for McDonald's. Okay, we're going Winter Fury. We're gonna see the I don't know if I would go Winter Fury here, but we're going to get to see the power of this matchup and getting to rewrite the weather. So usually Winter Fury is nice in that it slows down. Well, it hits all your opponent's units, of course. And then it slows down the reinforcements, which gives you an advantage in all the fights, because a lot of their units can no longer reach. But because of how this matchup plays out, McDonald's just hits the super in response. It's no longer snowing. Now it's raining. All of Dhoulmagus' units also get hit for 2, so it's kind of an even trade there. And now it's going to be Olaf that's going to have the hit to their reinforcements. Well, there's a huge dive in to kill that copter. So this should be the turn where McDonald's is feeling pretty confident to attack in. Maybe over here it's not going to work out great, but just in general, because of how the weather's going to play out, we actually do build a copter for McDonald's. We'll see how it plays out. Boom. Anti-air goes down. Looks like just one anti-air went down over here. Honestly, not that bad. artillery is still defending. This artillery is really far back, so it doesn't actually contest this city. You only have vehicles. Oh no, we have this one infantry. Can come in and help. Boom. Then kill off this artillery. I would say it's worth it to have the 2 health tank go in and take out the 1 health artillery. Yeah, because low health artillery can go back on these cities to repair and still impact the battles quite a lot, like a lot more than the 2 health tank can. So definitely recommend having that trade, even if it's not like value for value, cost effective. Another copter. I think it's fine to have a few copters as Drake, just to try and keep your opponent honest in their like anti-air counts. Ooh, attacking in here. Another artillery. All these artillery from MechDonalds working out very nicely. Medium tank finishes off. We got our nice artillery in the woods. Was it spotted going into those woods? No. Very nice. We have our anti-air covering. Very responsible in this unit composition. Got our recon supporting. Get the fire on the Neo tank. Knock it down to 7. There isn't really an answer to that Neo tank that MechDonalds has developed, other than just using the artillery. Okay, well, there we go. We're gonna have a Neo tank answer the Neo tank. With really good artillery placement, that can indeed just kind of neutralize a Neo tank in a very cost-effective way. As we can see, things are looking really nice for MechDonalds, up in income. Only by 1k, but also like way up in unit value. And these attacks that Dhoulmagus is going in for are looking questionable at best. Another artillery. The Neo tank is now over here. It's covering this recon. Not quite covering everything yet. And then I assume we're going to have the medium tank come over here. No, the medium tank doesn't even go over there. It's just a mech and tank. Finish off that tank. Looking very good. This is looking like it's going to be conceded very soon here. We do have another Winter Fury go off. I guess it's... Ooh, Neo tank dove in there. Took out the artillery. Very nice. The other artillery is still around. What we're going to get is to see that same event happen. This will be the death of this Neo tank now. Because once the rain comes in, this Neo tank will no longer be able to really retreat. Typhoon. And the weather is only going to be affecting... Well, the Drake still has the vision loss, of course. But the weather will only really be affecting Olaf. Oh, the Neo tank is shifting over to the middle. I don't quite know why. It could definitely move up over just onto this city, and then this Neo tank can't actually get away. Because the most it could do is move 3, right? Oh no, it could go up to here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so the Neo tank would have to move a little bit closer. So very interesting they went over to the middle. I don't think it needs to be front shifted over. The other front is kind of absolutely crushing it. Well, you know what? It worked out because this Neo tank went over here to take out this infantry, gung ho, and it is going to super die into artillery range and Neo tank range. It was very much a desperate. Oh, it lives. Neo tank decides to go after the tank. Okay. Very cautious on the right here by MechDonalds. Complete fallback into this like little death ball. I guess it's fine. There's always the factor of how far forward are your healthy infantry. You don't really need to have your military units and vehicles going past your opponent's property lines like that, unless you have your infantry capturing those properties at the same time, because otherwise, you know, you're fighting in the fights, but you're getting nothing out of it other than overextending. So that's a pretty responsible little like reformation. Let the infantry catch up. It's good. Oh my gosh, so desperate with these. I mean, it does break through and hit this medium tank, but yeah, into... If that was the only thing, if there's like just an artillery over here, then that's probably fine. And honestly, Olaf at this point does have to kind of go for these gutsy maneuvers because the game has not been going well. And I took that personally. I know the Neotank's still alive, forget it. I would have killed the Neotank. Ah, there we go. That one died. I was waiting for it to win all of its luck rolls at the end there. Just stay at 1. And with that Neotank, Olaf does pass. Surrender. So surprisingly, Olaf managed to keep the city. I thought for sure Drake was going to flip it as it was kind of taken out very early. It didn't have much support, but Drake wasn't really willing to go for it. So the Olaf opening, I think, was all right. The walking into artillery, like MechDonalds just had really nice artillery usage, and Dhoulmagus kind of got blown away by it, and then also having to go for those Winter Furies first every time is really painful in this matchup. But GG. Next we got P-Dog. Off the beaten path. Oh my gosh. A wide map. Alright, P-Dog versus Shoop. It's like a combination of A Hope Forlorn and that like Vikings map. McDonald's got great food at McDonald's prices. Hey! Oh, is it high fun? This is high funds. High funds, high fun. How awkward is this? So you have 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. So you have a starting infantry that you want to walk towards your neutral base with, but your opponent also has a pre-owned property that same infantry is responsible for? Can I please sign your fight? Yes, I guess. That's a really weird choice. Huh. I think every time you go for this property, or I mean this base first, and you just end up giving your opponent an extra 2k. I mean, I'll see how P-Dog decides. Yeah, P-Dog agrees. That's just a really weird setup. I was wondering if you could just build an infantry here and like you get there fast enough. Well, actually, let's see. Wait, let's go back. So if you build... So if P-Dog goes here, goes infantry APC, right? Okay, so this would be an APC. APC would go here. Infantry would get built. No, that's still too slow. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Infantry would get like boosted to here, and then the APC would, I don't know, go do something else. That's still not fast enough. That's still a turn behind just walking there with that infantry. Yeah, I don't know. Bizarre setup. Yeah, I mean, the city being by the other base would make sense, more sense. Yeah, it's very awkward for player one. Because your opponent gets Your opponent gets 2 turns of income off of that city instead of the 1 that's typical. You can do that, Raizo, but it's still a turn slower than just walking there with the neutral base, right? Because you build the APC, but you have to, like, finish capturing here. So bizarre. Yeah, the opponent does get really early vehicles off of that extra income. We'll see how Shoop... Looks like Shoop's gonna just pressure this side with some tank spam for now. Which does mean they both have, like, equally very low numbers of infantry. We do get our first strike P-Dog with the tank strike over here interrupting this cap. This is high funds, so having tanks interrupt caps are, like, very cost effective. We'll see how this goes. Interestingly, Shoop had that infantry sacrifice itself to do more chip damage to this tank, which was quite the choice. Ooh, black boat buy? Okay, spicy. I guess it's not really that spicy now that I see there's an airport down here. But I do like how the infantry can go hide over here in the mountains, so it can't be picked off by a Shoop like tank strike. Oh, interesting. Shoop is not willing to have tanks sacrifice themselves to kill infantry off. They're going for the captures. When you're dealing with infantry counts this low and high funds, I mean, oftentimes it is definitely worth it. Does this rocket make it in time? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Drop off. Oh, it does make it in time. We're going to see how well Shoop can guard this rocket, as it's going to be trying to stop this airport from getting captured. Tank fights over here looking very nice for P-Dog. Looks like we're going to have a potential income lead off of it. You have this medium tank over here that's going to get a free... Well, I guess it gets a free hit on a 4 health tank. Does that really count? How does Max get this? Probably just builds a medium tank and 2 shots this. You can also build artillery if you want to. Okay, here we go. The rocket's going to start moving into position. Okay, it can now move down to here. Really, you have to keep the rocket alive for 2 turns because it doesn't one-shot an infantry. All right, P-Dog's going for it. Interesting. Shoop does not have... Well, Shoop doesn't have a healthy infantry around, but no black boat from Shoop. I guess a 7 health infantry is fine though, because you do have the black boat to repair it. I'm sure it'll be fine, me making rockets against Max. Okay, well, we do have this recon here. The recon's the real threat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, it's not a threat. Well, it is a threat because P-Dog can get a power for it, but if the rocket sits here, it can stop the airport. I mean, you have to, like, you need a tank wall going on over here, like a serious one. Because if that rocket goes down, it's probably just GG. Like, how are you going to deal with... Oh my gosh, don't put the rocket there. Oh no. There's no way that works, right? It has to... The rocket has to live 2 turns because it doesn't one-shot the infantry. And we get so many first strikes over here. Now, fortunately... Oh, no, it doesn't even work. I was going to say, fortunately, you can't just 2-shot this infantry But you can. I didn't realize that there's a shoal over here. I thought you had to use these 2 tiles, which would then make it so you couldn't kill this tank. Well, this looks really... I guess this tank can't reach. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's blocked off by all these woods. That's a very tame approach from P-Dog. I'm sure P-Dog looked at some like sack hits and getting the power. Just yeah, see the rocket fires once, and this looks like it delays by like 3 turns. But it's only going to be by 2 turns, but only delays by 1 turn because this black bow can come down and repair this up to 5. My screen got blurry for a moment. No, that's not allowed. Okay, how are we defending this? This black bow is really annoying because it's guaranteeing that this spot's open to strike at this missile platform. Like attacking the infantry? Okay, well that doesn't work. Well, the infantry has to get off the comm tower, I guess. Or does it? Oh, the infantry does have to get off the comm tower unless P-Dog uses power. Or no, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. Yeah, because you can just have tank strike here, this tank come down, strike, this tank strikes here, recon. It's the rocket. And over here is going to get absolutely destroyed. Is this just GG? Shoot, no! And the one, I mean, it's alive. It's fine. It's fine. And goodbye, artillery. Well, on the bright side for Shoot, you do get the Drake Super. You do. I mean, you lose both comm towers. And you know what? With the power backing this up, it does delay by another turn. The rocket shot doesn't. Is the healing, but it's okay. Do deny this comm tower. Not all bad. Look at that. Look at that super damage. Oh my gosh. P-Dog forgets to repair first. That does not matter, I don't think, but if somehow Shoop gets another super, it will matter. Okay, a little fall back. Really don't like it when you use your Drake super and the next turn you're back below. Yeah, Shoop resigns. I think that's a fair resign. Once this, I don't know how you'd possibly defend this once this airport gets captured. Against Max? Yeah, GG. Oh, Secret Tech 4? Oh my gosh, how long has this been in? Secret Tech 4, Steeler versus MWB. We got Andy versus Sami. Any guesses on what this is all about? Alright, Steeler. You get to be yellow comment because you're cheating. The Rockets will fight another day. Honorable. It can't just be diagonal moving the tank off. True. The tank can diagonally move off of this. That's true. I mean, that's pretty devastating, right? 1, 2, 3, I think is how much it costs. 4, 5. No, it doesn't. It costs 2, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Stand on their base. I mean, that's pretty mean. I don't think the black boat can move. You do have... You have 1... It still costs 2 to move into the river, I believe. So you can't go 1, 2, 3, start capturing this base right away. Oh, we'll see. Oh. Steeler didn't go and stand on this base. Just attack the pipe seam. It's an honest game, right? Yeah, yeah. Oh. What? It crashed. What? Hello, this is the penguin. What? Honest game indeed. Let's see here. Let's see if I can whip something up. Penguinception indeed, yeah. Copy. Yeah, computer virus. How rude. Rename secret 4. Minimize this. Let's haven't done this in forever. Okay, now got my podium. But I need this to... Why isn't it showing the... Why is it all black? What? Excuse me. Not that. Excuse me. Okay. That's part of it. Why is it at a weird